Good evening and welcome to Everyone Has One with Tiffany. So, um, Today I am going to just share with you the goals I've set for myself for this year. I have never been a big um, New Year's resolution person. I just think that they kind of set you up for failure. But I do believe that everyone should have goals. I think you should have, you know, goals all the time. And I think once you meet them, you should set new goals, or when you're close to meeting them, you should set new goals. So I just think goals are important. And For me, I decided that my year is going to start February 7th um, because I think um, 1 year after my mother's passing is probably the best I can do is in starting my year. This year's been really, really difficult for me. So I decided that that is the start of my new year. So um, if you see this video and you wouldn't mind subscribing, I would greatly appreciate it. I really have a goal of reaching as many people as possible, but 50 subscribers would be great. I would love to go live. I don't know what I would do on live, but I think it would be pretty cool. So, that being said, let's get to my goals. I was going to do a whole video about like how I plan things, but we can do that another time. I really just want to focus on my goals. And my goals this year are very intentional and they are focused on three things. They're focused on like my environment, meaning my home. They're focused on my mental and emotional health, and then they're focused on my physical health. I am sure you can see from the video that I am not a slender gal. So, part of that physical health is obviously, um, losing weight and getting healthy. So let me share with you what my goals are. So the first one is house in order, and I'm sure that's probably backwards for you, but um, for me, this year that looks very different than it did last year. I did a huge purge, and I'd actually love to do a video talking about that at another time, but um, there's just a few things on here. Um, we are planning on redoing both of our bathrooms this year, so that's kind of exciting. It's something that's needed done for a long time. I just want to redecorate in this office, maybe put in a new coat of paint. I have some furniture that was gifted to me many, many years ago that I actually love that I want to sand and restain so I can put it in my bedroom. I have we redid the floors in the addition of our house, and I would love to redo the stairs. Um, they look like crap, so they need to be redone. And then I have a hallway, my front entrance hallway. The tile in there has been coming up, so I just want to repair that. So I really, and then just kind of like in general, just finding homes for things, and I still am, as I'm going through things and finding things of my mother's and passing them along to my siblings, and finding the things from my mother and my mother-in-law that I am keeping, like finding homes for them, or repurposing them just to bring us joy and honor their memories is really, really important to me. So for me, having my home be a place of rest, relaxation, a welcoming place, an inviting place for other people is really important to me. I like when people come into my home and they're like, "Oh, I like the vibe." Like, I'm really about vibes, right? I like for people to get a comfortable vibe when they come into my house. So, um those are my environmental goals. Um I also have my emotional and mental goals. And for me, that is daily quiet time. It's something that I really slipped away from, especially this last year, but I really want to get back into it. And in my daily quiet time, that includes spending time in the Word of God, which is the Bible, and, studying it. And then, um, I also like to, like, for fun, like, so the Bible is fun, don't get me wrong. Like, it's, if you've ever read the whole Bible, you would know. But I like to study it. I like to, get more understanding about it. I like to, for me, that's, I like to meditate on the Word of God and just spend time kind of being with God, right? And just pressing into like that. For me, it's something I long for. I never had a father. So when I think of God as a father, like it's really a place where I want to be. I want to hang out with that like idea. And when I read the Bible and when I'm meditating on the Word of God, that's kind of where I end up. So it's really comforting for me. Like maybe for other people it's not, but for me it is. I also like to read like for enjoyment, like reading books. Last year I read 70 books. The year before I read like 110 books. This year I set a goal for 50 books, mostly just because I want to read some like chunkier books. I want to read some bigger books this year. So and I just love, like, I consume books via my Kindle, audiobooks, as well as, paper hand books. My favorite is like sitting down, like either outside in the shade on a nice day or on my porch, like the dogs running around, and just like relaxing with a book, or, on a cold day, with my little fake candles going with a book. I love it. And I love just being present in the story. Although sometimes the only time I can enjoy a book is while driving, because I do spend a lot of time in the car. So I enjoy that time too, but just you can't be as immersed, in my opinion, if you're driving and reading a book. But when you're reading the book or listening to the book, when you're reading the book, you can get fully immersed in the story, and I love that. So I definitely want to spend more time doing that this year. Um, so that's for my emotional and mental health. And then my health goals, my physical health goals, um, they do have to do with losing weight in a very different way. Like, that's obviously, losing weight is a goal for me. May not be for you, but for me it is. But I have eat more fiber, um, because it's really good for you. The soluble and insoluble fiber. I've done a lot of research on it, but as far as like keeping, all those big like diseases in your heart and all that stuff, it's really important. So I want to make sure I do that. Less processed sugar, making vegetables more than just a side dish. Like, we have been doing that already, but I just really want to make sure that like I have it as a goal. Like, I'm continuing to do that. And then daily physical activity. Like, I really gotten out of that. Thankfully, since my mom's passed, I haven't gained any weight, but I also haven't lost any weight. I think a big part of that is because I have not been doing anything physical. Really, like, I haven't walked the dogs a lot. I haven't, like, I used to do that quite often. Um, Part of the reason for that, though, is I've injured myself. I was having issues with my feet. I think it's plantar fasciitis. I've had it in the past. This feels a little bit different, maybe because I'm old, or older. It feels a little different, but because of that, I was walking weird, and I have really messed up my knee. So my knee's in a lot of pain. My feet are in a lot of pain. So walking around for me has been really difficult. And you can only take so many, ibuprofen before it makes me sick. So I really want. So part of that goal, I should say, is that I go to the doctor and make sure that that gets taken care of, because I can't do many of those things if I cannot move my legs. So those are my three main goals for this year. Again, I wanted to be really intentional with my goals. I wanted my goals to um, be like quiet goals. I don't know if that makes sense, but I did it like, yes, I want to get healthy and I want to lose weight, but I want to focus on being physically present with my family and making the spaces that we're together comfortable. And part of that being physically present with my family, obviously, is to keep my body healthy, but also to keep my mind healthy. I can't be a good me if I'm, running around in my head with all the what ifs and the whys and all that. So I think that's why those things have those ended up being my goals. And I did not pick my goals lightly either. I didn't choose these lightly. These are things that I really thought about and how I can do them. And, I have a plan to execute them. So, yeah, if you too have goals, or you've already made your goals, or you're thinking about editing your goals or whatever it is for this year, leave that in the comment section. I would love to get a community of people together to just support one another. Like, life's hard sometimes, and it's much easier with friends or just cheerleaders. So I would love to cheer for you, and I hope if you are, one of my subscribers, you would cheer for me so that we can, kind of meet our goals and be as can't talk as successful as possible. That's it for me today, guys. I will see you on the next one. Have a good day.